Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Monday morning. I'm going to tell you this right now. Up until about 20 minutes ago, wasn't even sure if I was coming into that.
Whoa. And yet you got in early.
I got in a little bit early.
What happened?
I didn't shower.
Well.
Yeah, I was weighing the brekkie penalty versus all that, and I was like, I can handle a brekkie penalty. That's no problem. But didn't get a great sleep last night, bud.
Yeah.
And you telling me the same way.
Yeah, me neither. I just felt like I woke up a few times. Someone got arrested outside.
I mean, as what happens outside your place.
It's Sunday night.
Yeah.
It's bound to get wild.
That's right.
And I woke up just feeling really disoriented.
Okay.
And you ever wake up, I'm sure you do, where sometimes you just, for whatever reason, you're kind of unsure of where you are, even though you're in your own bed.
Yeah.
And I woke up with this mindset that I had to go to work to a job that I had 10 years ago.
Oh, I hate that one. I hate that dream.
And I was so sad because I hated the job so much. I was just dreading Monday, and then I was like, wait a minute, no, I got a morning show to do. Monday.
God, I gotta do this. I had a very similar part. Well, not a similar part of my dream, but it had to do with kind of similar. Same existential dread. So I woke up, or in the dream, there was I was telling people about this amazing opportunity that had come up via email. I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. But then as I was telling the story to my friends, you weren't there, to my friends in the dream, I was like, oh, I didn't respond to that email. That was a week ago. I bet that opportunity's gone now. And I woke up going, I got to respond to my emails a little bit better.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Also along for the ride, Ollie and AJ. Get a little recap on the drive-in movie that happened this past weekend. But first, a rickroll failed. That's right.
Nearly.
I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but we've been playing the Monster Mash nearly every day, and we will continue to do so. And
they
today
got a
is
weekend break.
What's that?
They got a weekend break.
Hey, that's right. They got a weekend break. It's not like we put it on the playlist.
We're not monsters.
We're mashers.
That's right.
And this morning, we found out that it was National Get Funky Day, and what better way to get funky than Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kicker 5 doing a little Monster Mash.
Oh, do you hear that? Do you hear that?
What?
The sound of everyone tuning to Moose FM instead.
Oh, yeah. Well, remember when we played it over there, too?
Good riddance.
Good riddance to bad rubbish. So we had the idea to put a little Monster Mash in, and we were thwarted by the fact that we couldn't find Monster Mash anywhere in the playlist, anywhere in the off-rotation folder, anywhere at all. And I went out to Ollie and I said, you guys mess with our mash? You guys take our mash away? And he was like, oh, have you not found it? Oh, well, just go into Logger. And he's like, really treating me like a piece of garbage. And
normally that's the case.
Yes, that's right. Being incredibly condescending. It's like, do you know how to use a computer? I'm like, yes, I know.
Let's go through this again.
Go to find track. So anyway, go into find track, put in Monster. All the things with of Monsters and Men comes up. Monsters Holiday by Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kicker 5. And then in the middle of it all, Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up, which is a bizarre thing to come up in a search for monster, although we all know that Rick Astley is a monster.
Rickrolling people for years.
Rickrolling people for years. Made so much money off of Rickrolling people. And then the confession was that he and AJ...
Well, really Ollie, but I was kept in the loop.
Had relabeled these things in an effort to prevent us from giving you what you deserve.
Sadly, though, the library refreshes. The library refreshes every Sunday, and it rewrote the track title. I'd hidden everything as Monster Mash just perfectly. You were going to click it. It was going to play Rick Astley. But sadly, the library renamed it back.
It renamed it back, but kept it in the monster search. So there's something within that file that says monster.
Yeah. Which sadly made it so obvious that I was like, well, I can't even just reset the trap.
It would have been great. It would have been so great.
I'll give it an applause for that.
I wouldn't have even been upset if we were
not at all.
excited for Monster Mash.
God. And Rick Astley came up.
Would
have been so good. Would have been so good.
But apparently our playout software, not great for pranks.
Not great for pranking.
It's good for a lot of things. Pranks
is it? I mean,
yes,
it is. Except for auto-generating playlists.
Yeah.
A A lot of songs from the 60s in here. Yeah, it just goes chronologically if you make a playlist.
That's why we have human hosts who get in here nice and early to prep their show.
Absolutely, and we thank them every day.
I'm also frankly flattered that you put enough effort and thought into that too, and like on the basis, the premise that Jesse and I would actually remember that we were going to be playing Monster Mash
every day until Halloween.
No, you guys always remember the annoying stuff that I would never allow.
Oh, by the way, this morning's show is sponsored by... No, I'm joking. No sponsor this morning. But a failed rickroll.
Ollie walked into my office and closed the door and said, "Can I talk to you for a second?" And I went, "Oh, no. What's happened?"
Yeah, what's going on?
"Well, I've changed out Monster Mash for Rick Asper."
Yes!
And I need someone else to know.
Amazing. Well, nice attempts, gentlemen. But because we couldn't find Monster Mash, we'll get something even funkier coming up in a second. But
Monsters Holiday?
Why'd you have to ruin it? Now everybody knows. We want to get a little drive-in recap from AJ. We had the double feature on Friday, Hook and Incredibles. Tickets went like wildfire. We gave away some tickets. There were tickets after that. Was it a full house?
It was a full house for the first one.
Yeah.
The second one, not
pretty
so much.
late, right?
And there was
like 10:30.
Yeah, there was like I think 10 people with both tickets.
Yeah.
But at the end of the first movie, there was one vehicle left. And vehicles kept coming up to me and be like, no, you're in the right spot.
Yeah.
We just haven't reopened the gates yet. That's all. And there wasn't maybe a half house for the second movie. But
that's a tough one. I mean, like
it was late. It was late.
Now that we're getting a bit darker, though, I mean, if we did have another, we can't have one in the dead of winter. It just doesn't work.
No, but fall's definitely the way to go.
Absolutely.
Is what I've determined. Yeah, because spring was, it was late, right up till about 10:30. I think is when we started it, and it was pretty chilly.
Yeah.
Whereas it wasn't that cold, and it was really dark. So fall was the way to go.
Yeah. So but it all went well. Sound was good.
Really
all that good
smoothly. Everything has gone so much better than the first one.
Oh yeah, the first one was always the tester.
Well, I think the first one we had a weird copy of Jurassic Park because the audio.
Right.
Do you remember the audio?
Yeah, the high quality.
The dinosaur
HD,
roared. It was just like it would blow you back, and then. And then if someone said something, you couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
So, that was kind of weird. But
speak up, Muldoon.
Yeah.
That's right.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad it went off with nearly without a hitch.
Yep.
But another successful drive-in movie. I mean, people love it, man. People really, really love it. They were posting about it all evening long, just saying what a great idea, what a great time.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you had to jump somebody at the end of the night. Not jump them. Sorry. Jump their car.
I didn't beat anyone up.
Yeah, didn't beat anybody up. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Well, after I boosted the car, I went and jumped somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a Friday night.
Yeah, got that money back.
That's right.
They had a classic muscle car. I think it was a Satellite or something like
that. It's a Corvair or something like that. I know exactly the car you're talking about. I can't remember what it's called. If he's listening right now, he's like, it's this!
Yeah, it's a beautiful car.
Yeah.
And it was a convertible. So it was cool. So you had the three kids in the back. Yeah, it was it was very, very cool. But, of course, classic muscle car, you've always got to get it going somehow. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Give him a quick jump. But, no, all around, it was good. It's a good event. Fun.
Right on.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. We'll do it again next fall.
Yep.
That's my idea.
Yep. Good idea.
Good idea. Right on. I will not have anything to do with it between now and then. All right. National Get Funky Day. We can't do Monsters Mash, so we'll take a Monsters Holiday. Before the news with Megan Brackenbury. Oh, yeah, this one's about Christmas.
Twas the night before Christmas.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
Big news for a trio of filmmakers from the NWT. Well, the NWT film renaissance just kind of keeps on trucking. Caroline Cox, Jerry Thrasher, and Tiffany Eilick. They're behind a documentary called Food for the Rest of Us, which is kind of an extension of Wild Kitchen, which was on the Northwest Tel community TV station. If you guys didn't catch it, I think it's still available out there somewhere. I'll have to find a link for it, maybe put that up a little bit later on, where you can find some of these episodes that Tiffany hosted and Caroline produced and directed. Wonderful, wonderful stuff, but getting a big shot in the arm for this yet-to-be-released documentary. Hasn't been released yet, but this is going to help with post-pro and all that stuff. $20,000 grant from the Redford Center in the U.S., the Redford Center co-founded by Robert Redford.
Robert Redford?
Wow. And his son, James. Now, that produces and funds projects that showcase environmental and climate justice. This is according to their website.
Okay.
But yeah, what an amazing, that's amazing. Congratulations to the three of them. It also got a nod in the Hollywood Reporter as reporting on that, like who got the funding, gets a little nod there too. So, Northerners continuing to do, big, incredible things, helping out the world.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for them. I also love that the food for the rest of us, it just immediately evokes thoughts of Festivus.
Yeah.
It's like the alternative food documentary or film.
Yeah.
A Festivus for the rest of us.
And the feats of strength are just, making your own food and farming it.
Making them wrestle and stuff.
That's right. The food?
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. And the airing of grievances, it's like, why aren't you farming your own food?
Just yelling at your food.
Yeah.
Why can't you be more sustainable?
Be more sustainable. They're hoping to finish the film around the end of the year. Hope it can screen next fall at the Yellowknife Film Festival. Hopefully we'll have a Yellowknife Film Festival next year. Obviously, we haven't had it this year. There are going to be some things there as well, though. But yeah, what an amazing accomplishment. Continue to do this work. Very important work. And I've featured, what do they feature? Pardon me, 6 different stories, or 5 stories from across North America. And they're, like I said, now in pro for the film, telling wonderful stories and doing wonderful things. So congratulations to those 3. Congratulations to the whole cast and crew and everybody involved. Wonderful stuff.
That's awesome. And speaking of sustainable food, this is not to do with a film, but they did make a video. Did you see Bush Order Provisions announcement the other day?
Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving into their new facility.
Yeah, small-scale market garden and artisan bakery. They were able to purchase their first property in Cam Lake and Yellowknife. So they put out a little video.
Yeah.
And, obviously very exciting for them. That's cool.
The sustainable food revolution is alive and well in Yellowknife. Now let's just have a greenhouse like a Nuvik and we'll be on the way.
We'll be golden.
We'll be golden goose.
Cabin Radio's morning show podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
This week, I got to go to the dentist.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's my first cavity ever.
Wow.
First cavity ever, 38 years old.
That's a good run.
It's a pretty good run. Now it's all over, and my slow decline into decrepitness begins.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple weeks ago, I was chewing on my cuts, and all of a sudden, it just felt like things were getting between my teeth, like one of my teeths, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" I just cleared it out with some floss and a toothpick, and
stuck a fork in there.
Stick a fork in there, buddy. You're done. And it just kept on happening. So I, felt around, cleaned it out, brushed my teeth, and felt around, took a little mirror in there. I was like, a little chunk of my tooth missing. I was like, oh, looks like I may have broken part of my tooth. I was like, I guess I better get that checked out. So
I have a very cartoon-like image of this happening. Like you were looking in the mirror and you kind of touched the tooth, and then it just broke and hung by a hinge.
Yeah, that's right.
And just kind of waggled back and forth.
So made an appointment, Adam Dental Clinic, free mensch for them, and went in. But it was my first time being a patient of theirs, so they had to do basically all the stuff they have to do for new patients. They do X-rays and all that stuff, and they're like, "But you had an issue," you said. And I was like, "This, yeah, there seems to be a chunk of my tooth missing." She looks in there, she's like, "Oh yeah, that's a cavity." I was like, "Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense that's a cavity." She's like, "It's a good one. It's a good cavity." I don't know if you remember this. Couple years ago. What?
What's a good cavity?
Well, it's like a good one, as in it's a good size cavity.
Oh,
yeah. She's like, it's a good one.
You really did a number on that.
You really did a number on yourself.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember this, but a couple years ago, one of the first things we, in the first couple of weeks, and it was one of the first videos Ollie did when he was still doing videos from the studio, was that he hadn't been to the dentist in quite some time.
Right.
And I mentioned that I hadn't been to the dentist in quite some time, and there's, probably a myriad things wrong with my mouth.
Right.
So it had been like 16 years since he'd been to the dentist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say this. Longer. So I went in, did all the things. She's like, "When's the last time you've been to the dentist?" And I told her, and she's like, "Well, that's quite a while." I was like, "Fair enough. Yeah, it is." But she did all the X-rays and everything. And I was, I saw the X-rays on the screen. I was like, "I don't know what that looks like, whatever." And I was expecting her to be like, "Well, let's just line you up for a bunch of stuff. And she's like, okay. Well, she looked at the one tooth. She's like, yeah, that's a decent little cavity. So we'll get you scheduled in for a filling there. Mm-hmm. And she did her exam and everything, and said all the things to the assistant that was like, or the dental assistant that like I didn't understand. She's like, 45, 102, and 6 twos. I was like, what? All right. Anyway, so they got their own language, and
they were saying, get rid of them all.
Get rid of them all. All these things,
they're no
gone.
Good. Yeah.
So, but what she said is, she's like, considering how long it's been since you've been to the dentist, you're doing pretty well.
No, that's all right.
Your brushing's good, and like she didn't notice like a whole bunch of other cavities. So there we go. I'm sure there's some things that are probably still going on. The other thing she said, I didn't ask about this, but she said that I have all my teeth. I was like, great. I assumed I did.
Like all your wisdom teeth all came in and everything?
I guess so.
Wow.
Because I've never had an issue with wisdom teeth ever. So I assumed either, because I hadn't been to the dentist so long, I assumed either that they came in okay, or I'm one of those evolution people. What? More evolved people that just didn't get wisdom teeth. Because there are people that just don't get them, right? They don't grow in.
Oh, I thought that would be less evolved.
No, that's way more evolved.
That's more evolved?
Hey, there's 4 unnecessary teeth at the back of your mouth that you like straight up don't need, that mostly just cause havoc in your mouth. Yeah, you don't have those.
Oh, I just thought we would need them
why would you need
the
them?
Wars to come.
That's the wars to come. Yeah, the nut wars.
That's right.
I keep on grinding grains with my back teeth. I need an extra set.
Food will all be more petrified in the future. We'll need those extra teeth to grind them into a nice
we'll just
mash.
be eating seeds like Neanderthals.
That's right.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Our dog, Jaya, has a dentist appointment.
Ooh,
Jaya. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to get Betty in for a cleaning as well.
Yeah. Betty. She's like 2 years old.
She's almost 3, but she got some good tartar buildup on her teeth. I just didn't want to put her under again.
Right.
I wanted to wait at least a little bit longer before putting her under again.
Yeah.
Because she's had enough anesthesia this year.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got to go in this week to get a filling. And she did mention, she's like, it's a good one. Like if it gets any deeper, we may have to do a root canal, but we'll do a filling for now just to see.
Yeah.
But like there's that cavity there, and she said it's starting one of the tooth next to it. Because that's what decayed do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm just
You're just decaying.
I'm just a piece of garbage now, waiting for the recycling bin, which also goes in the garbage because it's Yellowknife. Yeah.
You'll do all right.
I think I'll do okay.
Yeah. Are you good at the dentist?
I don't know. I mean, it's been so long, but I mean, I obviously put it off for a while for a reason. Right. Mostly because in my 20s I was an actor and
you didn't have insurance. I'm sure
didn't have any money.
Yeah, fair enough.
Money to go to the dentist.
Yeah.
So I mean, it paid the rent, didn't pay for much else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not. You know what? I'm not nervous about it. It's just like it is what it is, and that's I think
you're not a gagger or anything.
Well.
What?
I guess we'll find out. We'll push the limits of my gag reflex at the dentist. So yeah, I'm not really that nervous. It's got to be done.
Yeah.
I think in my 20s, had this happened, I would have just been like, I guess that's just what my tooth does now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just ask him to gas you.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah, that's right. Hold still while I gas you. And I didn't even have to look at the big book of British smiles to motivate me to go to the dentist.
If you skip out on your appointment, that's coming out.
Oh my God. Oof. If I lost a tooth, I think that would be it for me.
That'd be it.
That'd be it. I'm like, I'm
just done.
I'm done.
Wow.
Not doing anything.
Pack it in.
Pack it in. I'm not doing it.
I can't smile anymore.
My smile is worse.
Now they got all kinds of great false teeth. You'll be fine.
I can't wait. So Thursday morning, go in, get that done. Yippity-doo-dah.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
If you're starting to plan your Christmas shopping or whatever, listen, I'm not trying to mention Christmas before Halloween, but I just did.
And we played Monsters Holiday earlier.
Yeah, but we were forced to.
The monster's out of the bag.
That's right. The monster is absolutely out of the bag. But go to cabinradio.ca, click on the link for the new merch store. It just opened last week, and it is going pretty steady. Pretty steady. We've actually probably sold more merch in the last week than we ever have before. But those new blue hoodies are in. You're going to want to get your hands on those because I don't think we'll see more of those before Christmas.
And just a reminder that your suggestions are
not necessary.
They
at
just
all.
aggravate aging.
That's right. That's right. Listen, you get what we order or nothing at all.
That's right.
That's right. So yeah, the new blue hoodies, very, very popular. A lot of people want those. So you want to get on that merch store now. Get a couple of those. You know what? Buy them in bulk. Buy 10. Give them away to your friends.
Yeah.
We'll take all comers. I got to get one of those for myself. I don't know if he ordered one of my size, though.
Probably.
I think he should order everything, at least one of them in my size.
Everything is catered towards you, Jesse. You know that.
Listen. That's all I ask. Speaking of Christmas gifts and fantastic Christmas gifts, go on official Yellowknife Classified and Network group. There is a Virtual Boy for sale. Yes, that's right. A Virtual Boy. Only 770,000 of these things were ever made. It was one of the biggest flops in video game history. Nintendo, a real shot in the dark with this one. So if you don't know what a Virtual Boy is, basically it was a console for the Nintendo that had a little controller and just a little, basically a set of goggles that you kind of leaned your face into, and the games were on they call it 32-bit. I don't think it's 32-bit. It was all just red. Everything about it was red. So there was no color. It wasn't like you were looking into a couple of screens of color, a couple of screens of just red. It looked like laser shooting all over the place. There's only 22 games for this thing.
Oh my God.
And somehow this person has one. Christopher Jennings posted this yesterday. A Virtual Boy with one game. Like you said, own a piece of gaming history. Yeah. It comes with a controller, and one game is shown. I can't see what game it is, though, because there's...
Yeah, it looks like part of the label's missing.
Part of the label's missing, and it's too shiny on the other part of the label.
Yeah.
Bad pictures, Christopher, but that's okay. So one of the first comments is like, hey, are you looking for one of these? He's like, yeah, but I'm looking for it in the box. There's a collector in town. Looking for it in the box with... what do you say? With the box complete with manuals. That's what he's looking for. He's like, the first Virtual Boy ever to be sold in the city of Yellowknife, other than maybe back in 1992,
right,
when everybody realized they got them there for their kids for Christmas, and the kids are like, "This thing sucks."
That's why he wants it with the manuals.
Yeah,
to try and
manual.
Look back through the old manuals and try and figure out what they were thinking.
Well, but then it's worth money. This guy's selling it for $500, which is ludicrous. Sorry, Christopher, that's ludicrous because it's not in the box. It's got one game. It's been well used. I get it. It's pretty rare.
Mm-hmm.
$500. I might go $500. This guy, Stephen Purcell, might go $500 if it was in the box with the manual. Maybe, right? It's just we see all the time with NESs and Super Nintendos. People are like, yeah, $150 for one of these. It's it's not in the box. It's been used since 1991. It's not $150. Don't be that.
I mean, it's a collector's item.
It is a collector's item.
There is something to that, even if you're not going to play it.
Absolutely. But just like Steven says, in the box with the manual actually makes it a collector's item.
Yeah.
Right? Just having one doesn't really make it a collector's item.
That's true.
It's a neat piece of history.
I don't even remember these, to be honest.
Well, yeah, you were too young.
Well, I mean, obviously, I was around for Nintendo.
Yeah.
And that was before this.
That's right. So,
but, I don't remember these.
Called it stereoscopic LED eyepiece technology.
I can't help but notice, and I think this might be a little bit of fun. Pull up your Skype.
My Skype?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a sec here.
Because there's a phone number on this set of goggles.
Oh, there is.
And I assume it's some kind of helpline, something like that for the Virtual Boy.
Oh, it's the Nintendo helpline. Oh my God.
Can we call the Nintendo helpline and see what comes up?
Yep.
Because I didn't know that was a thing, and I'm really interested to see if there's some
give me 1 second.
Old, archaic 1-800.
1-800.
It looks like 3555. Sorry, 355.
Yeah.
3700.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Wish I could zoom in on this picture.
255.
It's 255.
Oh, no.
No.
Who did we just call? I'm hanging up. 1-800-255-3700. Okay.
Okay. You sure that's a 2?
That's a 2.
Okay.
What are you, blind?
Maybe.
That's a 2. It's a 2. Okay, we're calling.
Let's see what happens. Oh, that's a quick ring.
Hi. Thank you for calling Nintendo.
Oh, my God.
Let's connect you to a specialist quickly. Let's get started.
Para asistencia en español, oprima el número 9.
For Nintendo Switch, press 1.
Okay.
Wow,
For
this is
parental
still a
controls,
thing.
Of course.
or to check the status of an order or repair, press 2. For problems connecting to the internet or Netflix, or help with system updates, press 3.
Okay.
For help with accounts, transferring games and content between systems, or billing and prepaid card issues, press 4.
No.
For troubleshooting, setting up a repair, or for questions about features and compatibility, press 5. For questions about My Nintendo, Nintendo eShop, Nintendo Switch online service, or promotions, press 6.
Maybe press 6. Ask them
To
if we can
repeat
buy
this
a
menu,
virtual
Well,
boy.
I want to
eight.
talk to a human.
Press 6.
0.
We don't yet have enough information to route your call.
Oh.
We only have a few questions, and then we'll get you to the right specialist quickly.
Para
Nintendo.
asistencia en español, oprima el número 9.
For Nintendo Switch, press 1.
Okay,
For parental
6.
controls,
6.
if you were calling because your credit card was charged twice, or you were charged but didn't receive your game, please note that this issue is almost always due to a payment processing problem. A pending charge, which is a temporary hold your bank places on funds in your account, may appear on your credit card or bank account statement if you tried to place an order that was not completed.
Can't.
This
Bought a
is usually
Virtual Boy
because your credit
28
card
years
was
ago.
declined due to
Still
an
hasn't
incorrect billing
arrived.
address. This is a hold only, and not an actual
I
charge.
just want to talk to a human. They're not letting me.
Nintendo does
No,
not
they're not
charge your
letting
credit
you.
card until an order
0.
ships or the Nintendo
Human.
eShop completes a purchase. These held funds are controlled only by your bank,
Son
not
of a-
Nintendo.
All right,
And your
that's
bank will
enough.
release the
I
hold
wanna
on
get a
your
manual
funds
for
in
this
1 to
thing.
3 days, depending on their policy, with no action needed from you.
Okay.
For more information on held funds,
I don't
visit us
know if
online
anyone
at
would need more information than that.
support.nintendo.com. For Nintendo Switch online service, press 1.
God.
For My Nintendo,
all I want is a manual for my Virtual Boy that I'm certainly going to buy for $500. Good Lord. If you really want to disappoint your kids, buy them a Virtual Boy. Just in time for Christmas. That's on Yellow Knife Classifieds. Oh, sorry, pardon me. It's not on YK Classifieds. It's on official Yellow Knife Classifieds.
Yes.
That's the other one.
All caps.
All caps.
Exclamation
Got to
mark.
yell that out. Official Yellow Knife Classifieds. All right. That's going to do it for Mornings at the Cabin this morning. You guys have yourselves a wonderful morning and into the day, I suppose. It's chilled off a little bit. It was like 4 degrees when we got here. It's now 3. So, I don't know. Wear a sweater. I'm wearing Birkenstocks, and I'm going to work. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.